I think it's sinister. I think it's evil. And I don't think people understand we've come to this place where we grasp like...
Yeah.
Did you have that same experience?
Oh, mine was, well, I remember walking up.
Y'all, things have taken an absolutely devastating turn. Just weeks after their beautiful pregnancy announcement, their love story has completely fallen apart. And let me tell you, this might be the final breaking point for Hollywood's most controversial couple. The drama, it involves some seriously shocking allegations of infidelity while Meghan was carrying their baby. According to TMZ, and trust me, this tea is scalding hot, everything exploded during what was supposed to be a peaceful Thanksgiving celebration in Vail, Colorado. Picture this, the couple had escaped to this gorgeous mountain town for what should have been a romantic holiday getaway. Meghan, about 5 months pregnant, probably dreaming of a perfect celebration. But honey, what happened next is just heartbreaking. Instead of cozy mountain memories, their vacation turned into an absolute nightmare when Meghan discovered something truly shocking on MGK's phone. And here's the tea. Sources close to the couple spilled to the Daily Mail that Meghan's suspicions didn't just come out of nowhere. She'd been questioning his loyalty for a while, noticing all these little red flags about him texting multiple women. But this time? Oh, this time she decided enough was enough and went looking for concrete proof. And what she found? It changed everything.
I know all the fighters and their backstories, and I've been into it for a few years now. He likes it, but I'm definitely the one that's more obsessed with it. I was actually at the Conor Khabib fight a couple of years ago when all of that chaos happened and everyone had to run. We had to like escape when they started jumping the ring. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Can you believe the audacity? An insider shared with the Daily Mail that when Meghan finally found what she was looking for, she absolutely lost it. The confrontation was so intense that she literally forced MGK to pack his bags and leave their vacation spot. And get this, they haven't been spotted together since. But wait, it gets even worse. The most heartbreaking part? MGK's absolutely disgusting attitude about the whole thing. According to sources, and this just makes my blood boil, he actually thought that Meghan's pregnancy would trap her in the relationship. Like, seriously? He genuinely believed that just because she was carrying their child, she would stay with him no matter what kind of mess he created. Well, honey, he thought wrong. Looking back, all the warning signs were there from day one. Their relationship, which started on the set of Midnight in the Switchgrass back in 2020, was just so over the top with these intense public displays and absolutely wild declarations of love. Remember when Meghan told Glamour UK about their connection? She called them twin flames and talked about this inexplicable pull she felt toward him. And MGK's response to their first meeting? Oh my goodness.
With like ego death or all, whatever, you know, like what you said. But there's also the aspect which I learned, which is like, you can unlock, this is clearly how so many people, especially, you know, down there in South America, like that root for sure.
I mean, seriously? When Meghan told him, "You smell like weed," his response was, "I am weed"? Their whole relationship was like some kind of rock star romance novel gone terribly wrong. And don't even get me started on those blood drinking rituals. Meghan actually had to come out later and explain that it wasn't as dramatic as everyone thought. She said, and I quote, "So I guess to drink each other's blood might mislead people. It's just a few drops, but yes, we do consume each other's blood on occasion for ritual purposes only." These kinds of bizarre statements just made everyone even more fascinated with their increasingly strange relationship. But beneath all those passionate displays and that gothic romance facade, there was serious trouble brewing. By 2021, Meghan's friends were already raising red flags about MGK's influence on her life. And let me tell you, they were not fans of his. They've apparently disliked him for years, and a source close to the situation revealed that they were always worried he would do something like this to her. And guess what? They were absolutely right. The relationship just got more and more volatile as time went on. An insider described their dynamic, and honestly, you won't believe this.
With like ego death or all, whatever, you know, like what you said. But there's also the aspect which I learned, which is like, you can unlock, this is clearly how so many people, especially, you know, down there in South America, like that root for sure.
Can you imagine living like that? The source spilled all the details, saying how for weeks and months everything would seem perfect, but when they fought, Oh my goodness, it was absolutely nuclear. Their relationship became this endless cycle of extreme highs and devastating lows, leading to multiple breakups and dramatic reconciliations. Then came their engagement in January 2022, which everyone thought might finally settle things down. MGK proposed under this gorgeous banyan tree with this absolutely stunning custom-designed emerald and diamond ring. And of course, in true MGK and Meghan fashion, they celebrated with, you guessed it, more blood drinking. But even this magical moment couldn't fix what was fundamentally broken. By February 2023, everything just completely fell apart. It started at what should have been a perfectly normal Super Bowl party appearance. But honey, it spiraled into this massive public spectacle that had social media absolutely losing it. Just days after the event, Meghan dropped this absolute bombshell on Instagram that sent shockwaves through Hollywood. She posted these cryptic photos with lyrics from Beyoncé's Pray You Catch Me. You know, the song about infidelity? She wrote, "You can taste the dishonesty. It's all over your breath." And the Instagram drama didn't stop there. In what has to be one of the most savage moves I've ever seen, Meghan systematically erased every single trace of MGK from her social media, unfollowed him, and then, this is the best part, she followed only 3 people.
Can be a lot of different things and a lot of different people at any given moment, but he has a really pure soul. And he can be very vulnerable, which is what I think you experienced that day, where there was a breakthrough where he wasn't behind his ego and he was just like, you know, I'm hurting today and I don't feel proud of myself today. And I think that's probably what really spoke to you, right? Is that you got to see somebody not hiding from their failures or their...
The drama just kept escalating. Among those 3 people she followed was Eminem, MGK's longtime rival. I mean, could she have made her message any clearer? During this whole mess, we started getting all these conflicting reports about what really went down. Some sources were saying MGK got caught red-handed cheating, while others were trying to downplay the whole thing. Meghan eventually came back to Instagram with this super cryptic statement that honestly just left everyone even more confused. She wrote, "There has been no third-party interference in this relationship of any kind." And then she added this wild part about actual humans, DMS, AI bots, or succubus demons. Like, what even? The couple tried to save things through counseling, with sources telling People magazine that MGK was absolutely desperate to make it work. But if you saw their public appearances after those counseling sessions, yikes. The tension was so thick you could cut it with a knife. Fans were analyzing every awkward interaction and strained smile. One insider spilled to the Daily Mail, explaining their toxic pattern. The way they operate is drama. She has accused him of texting a bunch of girls, and if it hasn't led to physical cheating, it's emotional cheating in her eyes. This pattern of suspicion and betrayal just kept poisoning their relationship, leading right up to this current crisis. The impact of what happened over Thanksgiving has completely shaken their inner circle.
A lot by the people who either want to see you in one way or aren't used to seeing you or want to see you in another way.
Right.
So how does that affect your decision making?
I try to just do, mainly I'm just happy that I'm working and that I'm still working and I continue to get these opportunities, but I try to make choices that are different from whatever project I was last working on, and this is definitely...
While most celebrities try to keep quiet during relationship drama, what MGK did during Meghan's pregnancy has industry insiders absolutely fuming. One source close to both of them told the Daily Mail, "The level of disrespect, especially during such a vulnerable time in their relationship, is just unthinkable." And honey, it gets worse. Several sources have come forward revealing that MGK's alleged infidelity wasn't just a one-time thing, it was a whole pattern of behavior. It's not just about the texts Meghan found, an insider revealed. It's about a consistent pattern of disrespect and emotional manipulation that she's finally decided to stop tolerating. Now everyone's looking back at all those red flags we somehow missed, those blood-drinking rituals and intense public declarations that we all thought were just quirky and passionate. They're being seen in a whole new light. Looking back, said one source close to Meghan, what seemed like intense romance was actually quite toxic. The drinking blood, the over-the-top gestures, it was all masking deeper issues.
Being like, you know, crucifying me for being plastic or whatever. So if you were to ask her, she would be like, well, that's because she perpetuates an unhealthy standard of beauty, right? But, and so here I am, I'm gonna be fully transparent. I still won't win because there are some girls who have been transparent. I don't wanna bring people.
Oh my God. The tea just keeps getting hotter. Industry insiders are now coming forward with stories about MGK's behavior at various events and parties, and let me tell you, it's not pretty. He would act single at industry events, revealed one source who frequently works with both stars. Can you believe the audacity? He thought Meghan's pregnancy meant she was locked in, so he could just do whatever he wanted. This scandal has sent shockwaves through Hollywood. Several major brands and projects are now having second thoughts about working with MGK, especially those that were counting on the couple's united public image. Talk about terrible timing for his career. Apparently, several major announcements and deals are now hanging by a thread. Meanwhile, Meghan's friends are beyond relieved that she's finally taking a stand. She's been through enough, shared one longtime friend of the actress. The fact that he would behave this way while she's pregnant just confirms what many of us have thought about him all along. And honestly, everyone close to the situation is saying the same thing. They're just so glad she's finally putting herself first.
Figure it out. And so like it took me all this time. And then I saw Lionel Richie coming. I saw an empty seat next to me and I was like, please don't make this man sit next to this stupid seat. And he came over and he sat down and he inspected it and touched it.
Yeah,
and then we were so close. I was scared to clap for Wayne Brady. So every time he made a joke, I just looked like I was unentertained. But it was just because I didn't want to.
This should have been such a beautiful, joyous time for the couple, but instead, it's turned into this nightmare of stress and complications. Sources say Meghan is now laser-focused on protecting her peace of mind and health for her baby's sake. She's done letting his behavior affect her mental health, one insider revealed. This pregnancy has given her a new perspective on what she's willing to tolerate. And let me spill this piping hot tea. MGK's attempts at damage control, they're falling completely flat. According to those in the know, he's tried everything. Sending flowers, writing letters, even trying to reach out through mutual friends. But Meghan's not having any of it. She's made it clear this time is different, shared a source. She's not just protecting herself anymore, she's protecting her baby. Everyone's saying this isn't like their previous breakups. The stakes are higher now, explained an industry insider who has worked with both stars. And Meghan's seeing things clearly for the first time. The pregnancy has made her realize she needs stability, not drama.
I think it's sinister. I think it's evil. And I don't think people understand. We've come to this place where we grasp bullying is bad. But then when it comes to a celebrity, all of that is thrown out the window. Maybe it was worse back then. I actually don't think so. I think with the invention of social media, it's so accessible now that it's much worse. But
as this whole mess continues to unfold, while most celebrities try to keep quiet during relationship drama, what MGK did during Meghan's pregnancy has industry insiders absolutely fuming. One source close to both of them told the Daily Mail, the level of disrespect, especially during such a vulnerable time in their relationship, is just unthinkable. And honey, it gets worse. Several sources have come forward revealing that MGK's alleged infidelity wasn't just a one-time thing, it was a whole pattern of behavior. It's not just about the texts Meghan found, an insider revealed. It's about a consistent pattern of disrespect and emotional manipulation that she's finally decided to stop tolerating. Now everyone's looking back at all those red flags we somehow missed. Those blood-drinking rituals and intense public declarations that we all thought were just quirky and passionate, they're being seen in a whole new light. Looking back, said one source close to Meghan, what seemed like intense romance was actually quite toxic. The drinking blood, the over-the-top gestures, it was all masking deeper issues.
Yeah.
Did you have that same experience?
Oh, mine was. Well, I remember walking up. It was a circle of about 20 people, and you're in the forest or in the jungle. You're dieting. They're not eating past 5 p.m. or drinking water or anything. And I was the last person to go up and take it. And I remember watching everybody go up and take theirs. They had one cup, and they get to me, and the shaman says something to the translator.
The big question now isn't whether they'll get back together. It's how this very public breakdown will affect their futures, both individually and as co-parents. As one source close to both parties so perfectly put it, sometimes the most toxic relationships teach the most valuable lessons. Meghan's learned hers, and this time she's choosing herself and her baby over everything else. And honestly, after everything we've heard, can you blame her? This might be the end of Meghan and MGK's wild romance. But something tells me this story is far from over. We'll just have to wait and see how this all plays out, especially with a baby on the way. But one thing's for sure, Hollywood won't stop talking about this scandal anytime soon.